Okay, that last video was interrupted because my friend called me. Ese huevón, mi mejor amigo peruano. ¿Sabes qué? Ok, entonces tal vez yo voy a cambiar a español. No. Anyway, look. There's he's the only dude that actually, y'all, look, I've worked at some shitty, get these fucking headlights out of my fucking face, goddammit. What the fuck? Get the fucking, ah. Anyway, he's the only, es el único que me atiende bien. ¿Qué pasa en este país? No entiendo un carajo. En otros países no sé si es que, I'm just trying to tell my random story. I think this little dude is like the happiest dude ever because I call ahead of time and I ask for the same dude. And it's like this kid. And he's like, oh, hey, Rachel. Because that's my name in public. And I just feel like, am I like the biggest loser or do I just seem like a stalker? Because I think it's both. I called ahead of time and the manager answered. Look, the reason I asked for the same dude is because I go in there and I wait for fucking 15 minutes like a fucking idiot. I get it. I've worked at places where I was a bartender where they pat you down and they like check you for guns and metal detectors and shit like that. Like, I get it. I know what it feels like when nobody fucking tips. But come the fuck on. Like, y'all, I'm waiting for my fucking Applebee's shit and I need my fucking steak in my belly. Could use some dick too, but apparently everybody in this whole fucking city/world is an idiot. Anyway, so I called ahead of time and I was like, hey, is Trevor working? And the manager's like, yes, ma'am. He's like, why the fuck is this bitch asking for this dude? And he goes, well, he's actually working the floor, so you're welcome to come in. And I'm like, dude, I'm not a fucking stalker. I just would like, I don't mind tipping on a to-go order $2 fucking to get my fucking steak in my fucking stomach. And so, what's the point of this story? I don't know. There's not one. I mean, these are just adventures. Does there have to be a point? Somebody the other day told me, you know, I know that you get like stressed out in situations and you get yourself into dangerous situations, but I think you're attracted to danger. And I said, fuck you, because you're right. And there's a reason. Because I think one of the most dangerous things in this world is isolation. Think about it. Every like scary movie that you've seen, yeah, there's like violence and all that shit. Yeah, I've encountered that too, but it always starts with isolation. And a writer not writing is like, what do they say? It's like a monster in the closet, not good. A creative mind is not a good animal when it lies dormant. Quote me on that. So, what do I do now? I don't know. Just maybe post a fucking random video in a creepy ass parking lot and just say a bunch of shit that I'm doing. I need to travel more often. I don't even know if this is all making sense, and I don't really give a fuck. I just don't know what the fuck I would do if I didn't do something creative. And this was supposed to be, I did like 4 of these videos earlier and I had like makeup on and it was all sunny. And then I looked at it and I just couldn't stand the sight of myself. When I quote these Joker things, like, superheroes mean a lot to me. And there's a reason. And there's a little bit of a monster inside of all of us, isn't there? Can you tell I'm trying to be sexy? Whatever, fuck y'all. I'm not ever gonna see this video again. You can either watch it or don't. Because I realized that's when Adventures with Kelly began. Like, what the fuck happened? Somebody asked me, why do you do this? Like, why do you do Adventures with Kelly? And I said, and I looked him dead in the eye, and it freaked me out because I never open up to people. And I said, because I didn't want to die. How about that? Trauma is a terrible, fucked up thing, and I don't know if you know anything about, like, PTSD, and get those fucking headlights out of my fucking face. Or, I don't know, recovery with trauma, but what I know is that there's something very seriously wrong with this universe when it takes you going to a women's shelter and they have to hand you a piece of paper to explain to you why getting hit in the face is not something that should happen. You know, I was like, well, maybe I was not being nice, or, you know, And that's only the beginning. There's no comparison to physical violence when it comes to emotional violence, and that's real. And so one day I just realized I was going to keep having nightmares if I didn't talk. You have to talk about shit. And sometimes when you go through some real fucked up shit, when people play head games with you, like negging or whatever they call it, yeah, that's funny once. It's not funny when it fucking... Look, I'm going to get too emotionally involved in this rant right now. What I'm trying to say is that, I don't know. You have to just talk. And the thing about trauma is sometimes you just need to talk, and you need someone to hear your pain and to shut the fuck up. But in this world, nobody ever shuts up. They eventually stop listening. And it kills you. It's like walking around. I used to walk around like minimum 2.5 hours. I'd go to open mic and go back home. And this customer the other day said, "Isn't that dangerous?" And I'm like, does a bear shit in the woods? Yeah, but I'm breathing. What the fuck? I don't know what else I would have done if I didn't do videos that were at least somewhere, in some way or another, creative. And what I found was that the more I put, naked shit, I didn't feel pressured to do any of that. It made me feel powerful. And what I realized is that, just throw like some cleavage in or something and people actually listened. And the thing about when you post online is nobody silences you. It doesn't feel like I used to feel